Hello, and welcome to our weekly podcast Overload. And today we have an algorithm episode, and today we have our two glorious guests. And I want them to introduce themselves first of all. Can we start from the Ali, the guy who was in our podcast already?
Yeah, I was in a gaming podcast, and what a podcast! It was really interesting, and everything was good. So happy to see you guys again. Such a cool crew, and everything is good. And thanks for inviting me again. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Ali, 21 years old, from Iran. I'm second year international business student in NHL Standard.
Yeah, and can I ask you to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Emils. I'm 19 years old from Latvia. I'm a first year student at NHL and studying international business.
Well, now I'm gonna briefly explain the rules for our podcast again. So we have 4 cards. You choose it one by one. So it's like 3 questions and 1 challenge. We discuss it, and that's it. So I would ask you, Emils, to pick the first card, please.
I'm gonna go with this one. Just read it out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the challenge. Tell us about the time you've fallen deep down an internet rabbit hole. It's hard to recall, but I think the most recent one that happened, it was here. I was looking for an apartment, and I just had scrolled so down the Facebook page. I was looking at posts for like 3 years ago, and like messaging them, and they would like message me back saying like, sorry, this is not available anymore. And then I checked the date and I understood I fucked up a little bit.
Well, this can happen. And do you have these kind of examples of your own?
I don't know, I think first thing first, the rabbit hole is like when you scroll, you go down too much, you spend too much time on like scrolling and stuff like that, like a loop.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have it every day almost. At some point.
Yeah, kind of understandable.
You know, the feed and I don't know. I didn't use TikTok. I don't like TikTok at all. I've never installed it.
That's why we didn't invite you on the TikTok episode.
Yeah. And but on Instagram it sometimes happens. Like also in Amazon, it happens to me a lot. Like you see these deals, you go down.
Relatable, actually.
Yeah.
For me, it's AliExpress. I'm just kind of can be lost there for like a few days actually to just check in and buy some stuff that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a rabbit hole. All AliExpress is a rabbit hole.
Exactly.
Yeah. And had you had any kind of experience like that with, I don't know, with Instagram, for example?
No, for Instagram, not that much, but with TikTok, I love TikTok. I watch it every day, and also fall down the rabbit hole pretty often. But the deeper the deeper I go, the more interesting videos I think I find, and that's the reason probably I'm using it every day.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like it happens on Instagram and the reels. You know.
Yeah.
The reels they have the same damage as. Yeah. Also, there is one other website which sometimes I go to rabbit hole, but I prefer not to open it right here.
Okay. I had a kind of interesting story with TikTok yesterday because I went again to this rabbit hole for like 4 or 5 hours, like usually, and I think I destroyed this app because I had 5 advertisements in a row, but they were the same. So I had the 5 advertisements in a row, and I thought like that. I think it's the time when I broke the TikTok.
Damn. I broke Tinder once. Like
really?
1.5 years ago. It says there's no other girl in this Leeuwarden. It's literally said it.
Yeah, Tinder blocked me.
Respect.
Well, because it's challenge, we will not ask our dear viewers what they think about it. So we can already move to the second card, and I will ask you, Ali, to choose it, please.
Oh, this one. Should big companies like TikTok be held accountable for making their app too addictive? If so, what do you think could be done? Well, I think it makes sense if they are be counted accountable. But the thing is, like making people addicted to their app is something like the aim of their business. You know, like any startup, anything that you produce, your aim is to make it addictive. And I mean, cigar producers, they are not accountable for what they are doing and many other things that may damage people. So why TikTok should be? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying there are so many things that are even worse and they are not accountable. And they try to kind of have that common sense and say like we care. If you remember, it was like 2 months ago they released one news, like one house, like one article saying like people please don't overuse TikTok. I don't know if you remember, but well, that didn't work. Of course, if you just say one text like, "Hey, don't use this application too much," people wouldn't be like, "Okay, then close the application and delete it forever." You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Don't you think that, like, I don't know, these past COVID times affected the like the TikTok popularity and like that people are actually after like they're able to actually go to the street and buy some groceries and see their friends, they're actually stuck in TikTok like they used to in 2020.
Yeah, I think it goes mostly back to the fact that they are losing their patience. If you compare movies from 1940, 1950 to movies that you see right now, you see movies right now are full of action, full of movements, a lot of change in scenes. Everything happens fast. But if you see a movie from 80 years ago, you see that everything is slow as fuck. Like you get bored. Like they stand in one scene for 20 minutes, one boring conversation, take a deep breath, like everything is boring. And TikTok is like exactly for that aim, because if you see videos are like, I don't know, 1 minute, 2 minutes, how long is it? So each video contains like a really short movie for people who are not patient. And that's why we are all getting addicted to it.
Yeah, but are there like, is TikTok the only one who's like exaggerating this short, attention span, or I don't know, like reels also?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's probably in the company's, intention, to keep you as much as possible on the phone.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think that the people that makes apps is like that are helping people to lower their time that they are spending on TikTok, on Instagram. They're just like blocking these apps. I think the people that are actually make these apps are not kind of interested in TikTok to be less addictive.
Yeah, of course not.
I mean, on iPhones, there's the screen time option, A person could always do that if a person knows that he's getting too addicted to the app, he could just do that.
That feature was on Android 5 years before iPhone. Just so you know.
Yeah. And I usually actually use this screen time stuff when we first decided to make this kind of overload podcast. We made an experiment inside of our group to check out if how many hours do we spend on a TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that. And the results were devastating. Yeah, and we actually didn't like it. Like I didn't like it at all. I spend on TikTok like 6 hours daily.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You should be a shareholder.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for their call. Well, and now we are gonna know what our dear and lovely viewers think about the question of this. So, see you shortly.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard something about that because basically you have kind of some video that are really appealing to you and then they switch completely just to, grab your attention. So I guess that everything they make is on purpose, but it's not only TikTok, I guess it's everything.
I don't see how this can be negative. You watch what you want to watch, so.
I mean, you're not watching like the situation from the both sides or something like that?
Depends on the situation, I guess.
Yeah. I also actually heard that some people in like one country is giving like the certain algorithms, and I heard that in China the government giving algorithms of like studying, and you need to work hard and study hard so you will be better. And I think that's important because like if I'm watching like a stupid TikToks and it gives me every time the same, maybe it's not good at all.
So, and now I will ask you, Emils, to choose the card one more time.
All right. So, about TikTok. TikTok is known for showing users exactly what they want to see. Do you think that can also have a negative effect on its users long term? I think, yeah, definitely. That just makes it more addictive. I mean, it's better for the TikTok company, but I don't think it's better for the person unless they use TikTok as like a news source or something. Because there are some useful videos on there, about recent news and other things that are happening in the world. And I think if you just press like on those videos, then you could like get more use out of TikTok. I think it's a good thing then.
Ali, what do you think about
I think it's not also about it's the both end thing. Also, it's both end of the consumer, which is like a normal user like me, you, and others, and plus it's effective on the side of the person who is creating the content, because the content creator, they use the algorithm from TikTok. It's same as Instagram to get more attention from the clients or people who watch it. So more that two side of people get connected to each other, more money will be made for TikTok, more comments, more, I would say, more promotion, and everything will be better for them.
But it's also very useful for people who use TikTok as a platform to advertise their brand or something, because if TikTok is, finding the customers for the brand, it's just way more attractive for them to use the platform and just grow it even more.
That's exactly how it's also on Instagram. Like I was once talking to a guy, he's a friend of mine, and he told me buying a follower for your Instagram page is the worst thing that you can do for your Instagram. You might get more followers, but Instagram always tracks down like this with the AI. They always check out who are your followers, which accounts your followers follow, and which account your followers follow, something like that. So they understand. At the end, they can find out if your followers are fake or not. Mm-hmm. And if they see you have fake followers, they automatically remove you from Instagram algorithm, which is like the Instagram automatic advertisement. So, for example, if you make a product, let's say you make juice. Mm-hmm. You make juice, you will automatically go to explore of people who are interested in juice. But if you buy fake follower, Instagram will be confused that why people who don't like juice that much are following you. They like, something else. They like too many different things to be a normal human. And then they remove you from the algorithm, which then you're fucked.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Have you actually heard that TikTok in Europe and USA are completely different from the TikTok from China?
I mean, everything is different in China.
I mean, yeah, but in this way, like the app is called another way. I'm not gonna pronounce it because I think people that know Chinese gonna destroy me. But they have like different algorithm at all. Like in I don't know, in Europe, when you're on TikTok and you're seeing some kind of interesting stuff that you like, you have one type of algorithm, but algorithms in China are advertising something interesting. I don't know, sports stuff for the youth, or like some achievements that youth are making to encourage the young people. And do you think it can have a negative effect?
I mean, that's some kind of, how to say it, I think it's like a political thing. Mm-hmm. Like if they do it, I wouldn't be surprised, because which government, especially like communist governments, which government they don't like to make their own like people more powerful in knowledge and achievements. So it kind of makes sense if they do such thing to kind of make the Western society a bit more confused and lower on their outcome and benefit their own society. So
I also heard on TikTok, I don't know if that's like a credible source, but I saw this video that said that in China, the algorithm actually pushes more educational videos than just like some goofy stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's a big difference, and maybe they are trying to influence the rest of the world in some way.
And conquer the world, probably.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's right.
Okay, Ali, can I ask you to choose from this one card, the card
one of the cards.
One of the cards, yeah.
Since nowadays people use TikTok to get news, do you think the algorithm could be used against us to spread propaganda and fake news? I mean, once I was listening to a podcast and the guy was saying there is no news source which is not biased. BBC, CNN, Reuters, anything that you see is biased. For example, Fox News in USA, it's Republicans news thing. I don't know. CNN is for the Democrats. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is like most credible news channels and like these organization that people follow, they are biased. So how you expect TikTok to not to be biased?
I think if the TikTok had such kind of algorithm to, I don't know, to some kind of understand which is like at least who is a buyer of this content. If you understand who is actually the buyer of this content, it's easily to you to understand if you like to watch it or consume it or not. So it's actually not so hard to do with news. If you analyze who is like sponsors of the, I don't know, some channel or some magazine, you are easily find who is biased. So if it would be possible with TikTok, it would be much better, I think.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, there is a free speech. Of course, you can upload many things you want, but everything is controlled. Like they have control how much accelerate the view that you get based on the content that you publish, if your country is favorable or not, and it's in any social media.
Fair
Do you
enough.
think there will be a point where the algorithm will not just push one source more than the other, and they'll like push like equal, both sides of the, for example, of war in Russia right now? Like there are different sides to this. Like some people say
In Ukraine, you want to say?
yeah, in Ukraine.
Probably, I think so. They but push. I'm sure that I think the algorithm is different for the war, especially political stuff. Because if you know, like for sure, Eastern European countries, they are so much affected by Putin's propaganda. Like I have friends from Bulgaria, Romania, and they say there are big number of people who actually support Putin.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, but actually they do, and it's because of huge amount of money that they're spending in those countries. So for sure, even TikTok there is probably more supporting Russia and Putin in this case. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that if that TikTok cannot show the two sides of the medals in once, because if you're interested in only one side of the medal, you will not see the second one. Due to the algorithm, I think.
But do you think it has the chance to maybe make you interested in the opposite?
I think if you will not make the actions to support the one side of the situation, I think you will have the second side of the situation on your feed. But it's debatable, I think. So now we are gonna know what our dear viewers think about these two questions, and we would love to hear from them.
I mean, it really depends on you, like how you use the social media in general. Like if you believe everything is being shown to you, then I mean you're a victim of it. You need to like also be critically think of information you're getting. It's not just like not everyone should know that information on the internet is not always true.
This is a really controversial question. Yes, they can use it against us, but it also depends on what you as a viewer watch.
So today we had our two glorious guests, Emils and Ali, that were visiting us. We are very grateful for participation, guys. It was a pleasure. And I know that was Overload, our weekly podcast about algorithm. Please delete all the social media that you have and go straight to the woods. See you shortly. Love you.
Take care.